Hi, I'm David. Today is Thursday, January 31st, 2019. We'll be talking about 5 coins that I think are poised to do well in the coming year. All 5 are platform coins because I think platforms are a large part of what's going to make crypto go mainstream. We'll be talking about Cardano, Tron, IOTA, EOS, and Nuls. We'll be using a combination of historical resistance and support levels, as well as the Fibonacci retracement tool to carve out a roadmap for the levels these coins need to hit on their way back up to their all-time highs. So, without any more delay, hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get right to it. We're looking at Cardano here. Cardano, what has me excited about Cardano in 2019 is they've replaced their leadership. Basically, late last year, they had their chairman resign, and they'd complained that that was part of the reason for slow development in 2018 was bad leadership. Now they have a new chairman, and hopefully in 2019 we'll see an increased rate of development for Cardano. Currently, the market cap is looking at right here. A little under $1 billion, and we're trading at just over 4 cents. So the first major resistance level as we move back up is going to be right here at about 7 cents. We saw a decent amount of support as it came down through there. Every reason to think it'll hit resistance on the way back up. After that, we have at about 13 cents. You can see that we hit there's resistance a few times on the way down, or a support really. And after that, the next one is about 25. There's only been a few times. Actually, I extended the line back to see that we even hit some resistance on the way up previously, late in 2017. And also, it's a pretty significant psychological level. So even though there hasn't been a ton of support on the way down here, I still wanted to put it in there. After that, the Fibonacci levels pretty much take over. And then we're looking at about 35 cents, 55 cents, 70, maybe 71 cents actually. And higher than that, the Fibonacci starts to break down. That's by the time we get to these levels, it'll be start to be going probably parabolic again. We'll probably see a lot of excitement in the market. So beyond that, it starts to kind of break down. But we're definitely looking for at least around the 71 cents mark before we can really start to think that we're going parabolic again. All right, now looking at Tron. And Tron, the big thing is that it just had its BitTorrent token sale. There were some issues with the sale, but overall, there's no reason to think that the platform as a whole is going to struggle with it. So I think this is still an optimistic turn of events for 2019. We'll see how it does, but if it goes well, I think it'll bring a lot of new users in. We can see that the market cap is currently just under 2 billion, about 1.8 billion, and we're at about 2.7 cents currently. So looking at the levels we're going to talk about, the first one actually is about where we're at now, about 2.7, 2.8 cents. If we can get above and hold above here, it'll provide some nice support for us to test to higher levels. After that, we're probably looking at about 6 cents. There's not a ton of support between here and where the Fibonacci takes over, but looking at, yeah, like 6 cents, we've seen some support on the way down, some resistance on the way up before. After that, the only real Fibonacci I really want to talk about is right here. And that's at about between 9 cents and 10 cents. 10 cents is the psychological that probably is tying into it, although it seems to have barely touched on that when it came back up in this run-up in late April, early May of 2018. So yeah, about between 9 and 10 cents. Higher than that, the Fibonacci kind of breaks down. We can probably have some faith that we're going to get some resistance on our next run-up between 14 cents. We got a level at 18 cents and 22 cents. But the first major hurdle we're probably looking at is this first Fibonacci level at between 9 and 10 cents. Once we break that, we're probably looking at a real bull run starting. Now we're looking at IOTA. And IOTA is a platform for connecting devices through the internet, basically an Internet of Things platform to allow you to connect, transfer data between devices easily as well as value. So it's seeing more adoption moving into 2019. I think it's going to be a strong contender. Current market cap is about 740 million, and it's trading at about 26 to 27 cents. Moving on up through the levels, we can see that it's going to need to hit about 40 cents here as its first major level of resistance. We've seen some previous support off that level. Next is going to be just about psychological of about $1. Again, we've seen some support and resistance there historically. not surprisingly. And then the Fibonacci takes over, and we're looking at about $1.70 is going to be our first Fibonacci resistance. Some more up here at about $2.56. And actually, this coin has performed pretty accurately along these levels on the way down. So we're probably going to see a lot of, especially at this level, a lot of resistance here at $3.30, and even some above that at $4.04. And it even kind of held pretty well up here at 509. This one actually held at high levels along the Fibonacci lines better than the other ones. So in the short run, the next levels we're looking at are going to be about 40 cents and $1. But on the high end, we're probably looking at breaking at least $4 before we're really getting to the kind of crazed high end levels. Moving forward to EOS. EOS is a platform that is for basically developers who aren't as technically savvy. It wants to be fairly user-friendly and accessible for people who want to create smart contracts and decentralized apps, but don't necessarily understand everything that goes into some of the more complex blockchains. It's recently released version 1.6 and has increased transaction speeds by 35% and has seen a reasonable amount of adoption, coming in at number 4 on CoinMarketCap with a cap of just over 2 billion and is trading at about $2.35 currently. The first level we're really looking at to break through is about $3. Obviously, it aligns nicely with psychological. So after that, 5, that'll get us back above the recent, the November dip. And after that, Fibonacci basically takes over, and it actually aligns pretty nicely, close enough with psychological levels to see some kind of reinforcement on some of these levels. So basically $7, but the actual Fibonacci level is a little below that, about $6.7. Expanding out, we've got, as we move on up further, we've got about, again, just below 10, 9.8 or so. $12.45. Next up, we get to about $15 even, and even some reasonable resistance up at about 18.6. So it aligns pretty nicely with the Fibonacci levels, but the first level, 3 will be nice, but the first level we really have to look out for, I think, is the 5 to get us going back in the right direction. Next up is Nuls. Now, whereas EOS is trying to be a blockchain that's user-friendly to develop on, Nuls is trying to give people user-friendly tools for developing and deploying their own blockchains. The Nuls 2.0 architecture has just been released and is going to increase both interoperability and accessibility for users. It's currently at about 26 million on market cap and trading a little over 41 cents. You can see that moving up the levels, the first major resistance we're going to hit is about 55 cents. We've hit resistance there a few times since the dip. To get back above that dip in November, we're looking at about $1.05 is the level we're looking at there. And after that, we even have a little bit of support and resistance, though not a ton, at about $1.58 to $1.60. And then Fibonacci takes over. First Fibonacci level is looking to be about $2.36 to $2.37. After that, we get some more resistance at about the $3.57 to $3.60 level. And then for the next couple levels, it's about $1 staggered each, about $4.57 and then $5.57. After that, it starts to break down like some of the other coins. But I would say the first level we really need to be watching out for is here at about $1.05 to get above the November dip. All right, that'll about do it for me again. As I always say, this is not investment advice. This is just my own opinion. Go do your own research, make your own decisions. Until next time, I'm David. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck with your trades.